Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Prison Simulator and our created penitentiary of ADX Florence. So we're starting our second day here, and our first task is to go through the mail, I believe. So it's right down the hall here, in a room that I don't think we've been to yet. Yeah, we haven't been this way just yet. So, routine package search. During this routine, you have to check the contents of packages for illegal contraband. Go to the shelf and take one package and then put it on the table. Alright, so just any of these packages. And is it... oh, this table right here. To begin searching, open the lid of the box. That's on the left mouse button. Pick up an item from the box, inspect the item by rotating it. Open it and check inside, and if you find something, check it. Checked items will be put back in the parcel. If you find contraband, confiscate it for destruction by the prison or take it for yourself. If you want to be a crooked CO. Place checked packages on the second shelf. Don't try and cheat by placing unchecked packages there. Alright. So let's go ahead and open this baby up, which we have to open each part of it. That's interesting. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it, rotate it around. See if there's anything fishy about it, which I'm not seeing anything here. It seems to be good. We do have a little thing to read over here. Pick up the item by pressing E, then searching it thoroughly. Okay, so yeah, nothing really to be worried about here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave the item. Let's take a look at the next can. Now this is a job that I never did as a CO. I don't even know if COs did this job. I think Mel was like it was a different department. It wasn't security. You know, I worked security. Like this here, I don't think that this would be a problem. They can have different types of medication, over-the-counter medication, and they can have vitamins and stuff like that. So this probably wouldn't be a problem for an inmate to have, but it's probably not something that you'd let them get shipped. So we're gonna want to open this up. We won't open the cans, but this is definitely something that we'd want to open. So let me see how we do that. Right mouse. I mean, again, we don't really know what this is. Like what these pills are. We don't know that that's what they are. They could be anything. So this is probably something that you wouldn't let them keep. But there wasn't really anything like indicating like what was contraband and what wasn't in the game terms, because you would definitely not let them keep this. I'm going to go ahead and take it as contraband, though I'm not sure how to do that. I'm clicking left mouse, but it's not an option, so I'm guessing that means that they can have this. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they can have it. But in a real prison, they definitely wouldn't allow them to just have these pills getting shipped. But again, it's not really a job that you do in security, which is the field I worked. Alright, so let's go and open this thing up, make sure everything's good here. Yeah, it'd be really difficult to allow stuff like this to be shipped in. They wouldn't, by the way. None of this would be allowed. Because they have a commissary, which is something I haven't seen in this prison. And so I'm going to say we're done with this box. No contraband, so we'll move it over to here. Let's go and check the other boxes. But yeah, I haven't seen a commissary anywhere in the game, and it's something that's like every prison, I mean even county jails have commissaries. Now it's different in every state. You know, I was in Texas, so they have different rules in other states, so I couldn't say how other states work. But every prison or county jail I've ever seen, there's not anything else to be done here, right? No. But yeah, everyone I've ever seen has... what the hell are these? Oh, apple candies. Okay. I mean, you could easily hide something in here. You'd have to dump this. Like, you'd have to dump it. But, you know, it's not trying to be, you know, entirely accurate. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is a video game. Alright, so nothing suspicious there. But yeah, they would have a commissary where they'd be able to buy all these items. And thus... they don't really allow anything to be brought in to the prison because of, one, the issues of checking it and making sure that no contraband was inside of it. That'd require a lot of man hours. But on top of that, they want the inmates to buy the stuff out of the prison. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. We found something. We found a needle. This is the first contraband I found. Now, I might have missed something, because you see this was fairly well hidden. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and secure this. That's the first contraband we found here. Now, I would assume that you'd really take everything. Once they found contraband in this box, they would go ahead and take everything. They wouldn't be able to get this box since, you know, they're clearly trying to hide something here. Let's go and put it back. And that's it. We have completed our first task, meaning that we have free time again. And it looks like we might have more stuff to do than we did before. Yeah, we have more stuff to do on the rec yard anyways. Now, we have not been to the canteen. Yeah, we haven't been to the canteen here. And it looks like it's right next to where we're at. So we could always go ahead and head over to here and see what you can do there, since we've already been on the rec yard once. But yeah, I feel like they're really missing the commissary here. Even county jails typically have commissaries. It's a great way for... Oh, wait a minute. This is for the inmates. I was thinking it was for us. It's not. So let's go ahead and just take a peek here. I guess that's pretty large here. So that's definitely not ours. There's the guards room, so that's what we're looking for. Okay, so that's where we'll go. Just had a jet go overhead. We're gonna have to cut that out. We'll probably have a lot more, louder sounds in this video as it is, because I'm recording in the evening, and so there's always more vehicles going by along the road at this time. So this is the first time going into the guards room. It's a social room. Here you and your friends can rest. Look for available entertainment like playing cards or darts. So we'll have like some mini games and stuff that we can play. We saw this room in the trailer. Imagine we can like talk to the different officers, maybe, improve their relationship or their respect of us, I suppose. We'll take a look at all the different things to interact with. We got donuts. But I can't eat one. I can just take the whole box, just put it in my pocket. It's my donut. Alright, so here's darts. Yeah, I feel like the commissary not having that's kind of a big deal, because these are the jails or the prisons. They make a lot of money from those commissaries. And thus you also don't have to worry about people bringing stuff in because, that everything they need can be bought in the commissary. So they have to have money on the books. Alright, so I guess we'll just kind of talk to some of these officers here. See what they have to say. He said, I play darts, but I don't have aim. That's probably why they won't let me use the shooting range. Let me go talk to this guy, Matt Miller. Get off my case. Oh, okay. I don't know why you'd talk to a new boot like that. So for like a sergeant or something. We're not on his case. A few sips of coffee and I'm going back on patrol. You better go and check where you should be. This is where I'm supposed to be, man. I'm on break. Alright, so how do you play darts? I'm not entirely sure how you interact with the dart board. Maybe we can't do it yet, because I'm not seeing any like icon, like notifying us that this is an activity we can participate in. So maybe we can't do darts just yet. In which case, we're just gonna go out in the rec yard and do some more working out. Guess we do all our workouts on our first break. It's not the way I do it in real life. I prefer working out in the evening. I just have more energy in the evening. And am I going the right way? Let's just take a look here. I'm not entirely sure where we're at. Yeah. Let's go through here and back out into that hallway. Yeah, I've always been a night. More of a night person. I have all my energy at night. Probably doesn't help also that I work the night shift. I've been working security for years now, and I've been on the night shift while doing so. And thus I have a very different schedule than most people. I typically go to bed about 6, 7 in the morning or so. We see that there's a quest over there. I think. Or maybe we're going to work out with him. Not sure why we'd work out with an inmate, honestly. I don't think we'll do that. Could do the bench press again. I was thinking we'd be able to play basketball over here because I saw... Let me just see. Let's see if we can do anything with this ball. Okay. We can play basketball, kind of. That was my throw. That was weak. Oh, okay, you gotta hold it. Okay, I see how it works. I don't know if this is counting as our free time or if we're kind of cheating here. I'm like set on making one basket. We're gonna make one. Maybe we get like right underneath the hoop and then we can do it. Trying to use the backboard here. I'm just hitting the rim. Maybe if I aim a little bit higher. Oh, nope. This is not working. Alright, so our character sucks at basketball. We're losing respect right now as we speak. Everybody watching us miss over and over again. Oh, okay. So you can play basketball right there. I don't think we should play basketball, though. We suck. It's just rim after rim. There we go. Alright, so we're going to try one more time. And we made it. Alright, that was bad. I'm not going to play basketball. I feel like we're just going to lose. So we'll do more bench press. Let's get our stamina up so that we can run longer. Oh, now we got to do 14 sets. I see. I should probably cut most of this so you guys don't have to sit and watch me go through all 14 sets. I think it's interesting that the rest position here for this is with the bar down up against the chest rather than what most people consider the rest position for a bench press would be, you know, when you have it, your elbow is locked. We increased our stamina again. I'm not sure how you increase, you know, strength or speed or defense or anything. Yeah, I would think that like stamina would be increased like playing basketball or something like that, and that would be like weight training. Maybe new things will open up that we haven't seen yet. Because I'm not entirely sure how you increase the rest of these skills. So we now are going to do the releasing prisoners, which I wasn't entirely sure what that was last episode, but now I'm kind of thinking that we're like releasing them back into the public, like they've done their time. Okay. So we need to go to the desk. Well, we got some... Oh, are we, the new boot, going to be rejecting or approving whether or not they get to leave? This doesn't seem very accurate at all. We need to call the prisoner over on the loudspeaker, but this would not be a job handled by a correctional officer at all. You know, with the stamping, if that's how it works. Let alone a new boot. Alright, so this is Paul Thompson. He hates Leo Robinson. He's harmless. His crime is possession of games from an illegal source. Alright, so we need to pick up and put the prisoner items on the shelf. Which shelf? This one? Probably this one. There we go. So now we need to search the prisoner. You wouldn't be that much worried about contraband leaving. Yeah, we're just going to leave this here since it's legal contraband. Check the prisoner's documents and stamp them accordingly. Where are his okay, they're already on the desk. Alright, check the compliance of fingerprints with control sheet fingerprints. So we're just making sure that this is the inmate that we are releasing. Now, we don't have pictures, which is strange. I guess it's a limitation on the game, but that'd probably be the main way you would identify this inmate to make sure he is, in fact, the inmate that's standing in front of us. And all this is, of course, so we don't release the wrong guy. So that's what the approval or reject is about. We're not saying, you know, whether this guy gets to leave or not. You know, we're not reviewing his case, which we wouldn't be able to at the rank we are at. We're just making sure he's the right guy and then approving whether or not that's the case. Okay, I get it. So I just misunderstood what we're approving and rejecting here. So that makes sense. You could have a CO do this, though probably, again, wouldn't have a new boot doing it. But yeah, let's go ahead and check these fingerprints, make sure they're the same. I'm not seeing any differences yet. Yeah, they appear to be the same here. So we need to check the correctness of the name data on the fingerprint sheets now. So Paul Thompson. Okay, and it's Thompson without a P here. I mean, all the names seem to match up here. And check if the ID number is correct on the fingerprint sheets. All right, so we're just really basing this off the fingerprint sheets. So we'll check the number, and it's 660095. All right, so everything appears to be good here. So do we go ahead and stamp it now? There we go. Now we gotta call the guard. Come escort this guy out of here, I suppose. Maybe they're gonna do a strip search in there. I think it's interesting, we haven't done a single strip search yet. We're back on free time, by the way. And that would not be how this would go. You're not gonna go too many days in the prison where you don't see a man naked. It's gonna happen. Do we want to go back out here or go to the range? I guess we'll go to the range. Spend one day on the rec yard, one day in the range. But yeah, not very accurate, the lack of strip searching. Not that I'm complaining. I've done enough strip searches in my life to never do one again. But yeah, you would do a lot more strip searches, but they probably don't want to show all that in a video game. Hat searches are done. You'll do far more pat searches than you will strip searches, just as quicker. Like one example would be, we're gonna do a different shooting this time. We'll do this one. You have to destroy as many targets as you can in X seconds. So this one's gonna be about speed here. And we actually have multiple different guns to use now. That's interesting. If you keep using the same gun, once it reaches 100% deterioration, you need to clean the weapon. Okay. These do require levels, though. Okay, I didn't even know that last time, so we couldn't have used any of these anyways. So we have to keep using the riot gun until we get our level up. Alright, just going to take these targets out. Remember, we're trying to go quicker this time, while still trying to keep our accuracy up. We'll go for center mass rather than the headshots, just kind of easier to line that up. Oh, that was terrible. Come on. Seems kind of inconsistent on what takes the target down, because sometimes these shots take it down, it really doesn't seem like it should. I feel like we're doing alright on this. Is that the timer right there? I'm not entirely sure what that up there is about. I can't even see. Okay, there's the timer. It's over there on the left. We got about 4 seconds remaining. Alright, so that's all we got. I don't know how well it is, but it's a new record for us. Our first time, 98% accuracy here, 127 total points, 34 targets knocked down. So we'll try and beat this next time we do that shooting task. And do we need to clean the weapon now? Let me just take a look here. Oh, you can keep doing it. That's interesting. So how do you clean the weapon? That's what I wanted to see. You do need to clean the riot gun now. So I'm curious, how do you clean it? All right, we pulled our fist out. That's not. I'm not looking to punch the gun. Hold up. Yeah, maybe we can't do it because we're not on free time. That's what I imagine. Okay. And I assume we'll clean it over here. So next time we come to the shooting range, we'll have to clean our gun. Really, we should clean that beforehand. Not leave it all nasty like that. You should really clean your weapon every time you take it to the range. Clean it afterwards. That's how we used to do it when I was in the army. Didn't use a lot of guns while working in the prison. I worked the towers a couple times. I worked the gate, the front gate, you know, where every car comes through. You're armed with a revolver. Can't remember which revolver. It's been so long, 10 years, so I don't really remember. If I recall correctly, I think it was a 45. Yeah, I believe that's what you had at the front gate. While up in the tower, you had a rifle. You had a M4 or AR-15 for those who know that, the civilian term better. Although M4s and AR-15s are two different rifles. One's the military version, one's the civilian version, and they're a bit different, particularly when it comes to their mode of fire. This routine is a little different from the morning one. Now you have to make sure that all prisoners return to their cells. They should be in front of them as soon as you show up. Use the clicker to cross a prisoner off the list. Okay, so it's the evening head count. When somebody isn't standing over his cell just walks around, bring him out. It's best to remind him who's in charge around here. To count the prisoners, press Q and select the clicker. Approach each prisoner and press left mouse button. Remember to close the cells when everybody's inside. Okay. I'm sure we'll have some problems. We have somebody with an exclamation point. I want to say that that's a job, a task that he's wanting us to do for him. Kind of strange to think that you have tasks from inmates, unless it's like perhaps they're asking for. Oh, we have another fight. Yep, sure do. Look at the other guard. He's like, this is not our problem. I'm assuming that this is the guy who started it. He's the one out of line right now. We'll probably punish them both, though. Although, I don't know. He seems like he wasn't like the instigator. Like, he was like just defending himself. Like, you know, he's standing by his cell. He didn't go anywhere. And then you notice that when we came over, he seemed to stop fighting. I still hit him in the head, of course, but yeah, I feel like he might not. We'll give him a little bit of trouble because he got in a fight, but maybe like a lesser punishment in this case. Alright, so let's punish him for his unacceptable behavior, for fighting, obviously. And then he's already going back in the cell for the night. So we're going to tell him no phones. Recall privileges are suspended. So he's unhappy about this, as you'd expect. Oh, he's a very aggressive character as well. Alright, then we'll punish this guy, though I'm not sure what we're going to punish him with. Yeah, I think we'll just do the no leaving the cell for the rest of the day, which he was already going in the cell for the rest of the day, so. And now he is going to fight us. Okay. Again, not something that would happen in real life. Because assaulting a staff member will result in more prison time. It's like it's a whole new criminal charge. Where that doesn't always end up being the case when you get into a fight. A lot of times it's just handled in-house. But it's like a full trial and everything. We have like trials at the prison. You know, we have the capability to charge them with new crimes. And you'll like have to, as the officer, you'll have to like testify in a trial and all that kind of stuff. I've had to testify in like multiple trials. Like inmates I'd written up or just thought was a witness to something that had happened. So let's go into Count Charles. He'll go back into the cell. Count Praetorian. We've got one not in the cell, Steven Stevenson, or excuse me, Steven Svensson. Okay, was he the guy that we just released? Perhaps. I'm not entirely sure where all these guys are. Let me see. They're supposed to be here. Oh, okay. They're in the middle. I see. I see. I need to talk to him. He says he don't care. I didn't ask for your opinion, inmate. We gotta box this guy. So we're gonna say you better give a shit. No, I still don't give a shit. Not at all. Alright, so we can just straight up beat him. Or we can say this is my final warning. We lose respect. Or fine, just wander around. Maybe you'll sleep on the floor. I don't care. Yeah, we're gonna have to force him. Yeah, because this is resulting in us losing respect because, you know, we can't get him to comply with our orders. I don't know how this results in us gaining respect. I guess it's just respect with the inmates. But yeah, that's not what we're going to do. You should gain respect from doing this, though, honestly. Smack him once. He hasn't learned his lesson yet. I just feel this is not how we would do business. This is not the way to be a good correctional officer, guys. He complied, though, didn't he? Now, I will say, I gotta get this guy to do it. What we said as well, and you would think that he would he would comply after what we just did there. We'll see if he gives us any trouble. So it looks like we're getting the same responses. And then we have the same options. Okay, so we're going to just have to beat this guy up too, I guess. I mean, I guess this is like old school correctional officer way of doing things. It's not the way you did things in my time, though. You know, this is, this up here, this parcel searching. Okay, if we press space, it'll go away. I guess it does say press space. Alright, so we'll continue our count. But yeah, this is not how you do things. Now, I have fought inmates before. Both on, like, you know, them assaulting me. And on a more down low, the D-low type of thing. Oh, he wants help with his poem. What? Okay, hold up. We're going to talk to this guy. I got to see what he's wanting. I've got business. Can you do something for me? It depends what you want. He says, I need file yesterday. Okay, so we can, like, make him pay us. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do any of this. We're going to try and be a decent CO. It's probably something we're not allowed to give him. Let's put him back in his cell. Bruce Gomez has been counted. Alright, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any more trouble here today. Alright, so everybody's back in their cell. So let's go and get the doors closed. And there we go. Everybody's locked up again. The lever that closes cells is located in... Yeah, we know about that. Alright, so that's the end of the day. Head to the briefing room. So yeah, I was talking about handling things on the down low. It's something you want to avoid doing. It's very risky. You can get fired for it as well. It's kind of a serious thing. But like, for example, I had this one inmate. Every time he walked by me, he would act like he was going to hit me to try and get me to like flinch. And like, I could write him up for doing that. That's like very much against the rules. So I could write him up for doing that, and I told him several times not to. And I would have had the authority, you know, if I felt like I was threatened to escalate the situation. But I wouldn't have gained any respect for doing that. You know, that's not the best way to handle it, in my opinion. So the way I ended up handling it was one day I was working the gate, he did it again, and I said, like, look, if you want to go in the back of the turnout, we can do that. And he wanted to act all tough because there's other inmates around, so he went back there with me, and I said, look, we're going to do full body blows, so nothing gets written up, you know, no hitting in the face or anything like that. And, you know, so we went full body for about a couple minutes or whatever before he got tired, exhausted, and I never had trouble with this inmate again. In fact, he actually helped me with other inmates because I'd gained the guy's respect because, you know, a lot of people think, a lot of the inmates think that, you know, we wear this uniform and it's, you know, the uniform is what gives us our authority, and that if we were both wearing white, which in our prison, the inmates wore white. We leveled up to the next level. Made a little bit more money today, I think, maybe. The increase of the guard's respect went up by quite a bit. Prisoner respect went up by a little bit. Riot risk went down again, but yeah, it was at 19% the last day as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. He said not bad, but could be better. Okay, so that's day 3 knocked out. But yeah, I ended up never having trouble with that inmate again. I had no problems with him. He never, you know, act like he was going to hit me again. He never said anything to me. He was a guy with a mouth too, man. He just run his mouth all the time. And I just never had issues with this guy. And he was one of those ones that is always causing problems for people. So I want to see what our day 3 is looking like. It's going to be a very busy day. So maybe those first 2 days were just training days. Because yeah, now we have a lot more stuff going on. It looks to me almost like it's like the full day or something like that. So we have an introduction, which is to talk to that officer, skills up, prisoner induction, free time, cell shakedown, free time, workshop free. Okay, got it. So let's go and talk to Richard Bryant. He said, morning, there are 2 things you need to know. First, I think you're ready to learn some tricks from your older colleagues. And what are those tricks? Talk with Alexander Davis during your free time. You can find him in the social room. He'll tell you the rest. And the second thing, the warden wants to see you. I don't know what's going on, so better come with me. Alright, so we'll go talk to the warden. Hopefully they're not in trouble or anything. Could be in trouble for smacking those inmates around. We definitely would be in real life. That's not something you could do. Again, like going into the back of B turnout with an inmate and throwing blows and nobody knowing about it, you know, because like nobody did. I didn't tell my fellow officers. I didn't tell anybody, you know. He told people, but he didn't tell, you know, the people would have mattered, because then he'd be a snitch, which is frowned upon in the prison environment. All right, so let's go and talk to our warden here. Good morning. Why are you so tense? You have nothing to worry about. I don't want to fire you. In a way, I want to give you a promotion, if I may say so. Well, that was quick. I see you're doing well, so I have a new assignment for you. So from now on, you will have access to my computer, from which you can purchase the necessary improvements. Wow, that's quite a promotion, isn't it? Do I have some money to spend? Don't worry about it. I'll reserve a portion of the prison budget for this. Just don't spend it all in one day. I've created a separate profile on my computer for you. You can use it during breaks. Even if I'm in the office, I use it mostly in the evenings. I'm glad to hear that. So while we're at it, get us new dumbbells. You can make it after you can buy it after our conversation. But that's not all. I want you to do something else for me. Today, the guards will provide me with requests and complaints from prisoners in every block. Your job will be to review them. Put a red stamp on the rejected ones, and as for the green one, you get the picture. I'll leave instructions for you, and I'll send you guidelines if there are any. Okay, so we say, is that legal? He says, sure it is. I'm not making you forge my signature. When you're done with the documents, I'll sign them in my spare time. I almost forgot, our prison is now at the top of the list of 20 best correctional facilities in our state. The closer to the top, the more money we get from subsidies. So what determines our place in the rankings? The general morale, or as we call it, respect from both the guards and the prisoners. The higher the respect is, the better our prison does in the rankings. He's going to tell us how we gain respect. I've got to go. I've got some things to do outside the office. You know what you have to do today. Yep, I got it. That's good. See you later. You can go now. So he didn't explain to us how the respect works. To enter the store, you must open the Cool Web browser on your computer. You can buy new equipment, change the look of your existing equipment, or upgrade it with prison money. This will affect the mood of prisoners or guards significantly. You can buy various things for yourself as well, but you have to spend your own money, which you get as a payment. Improvements to some items, such as workshop stands, will make you earn more money. Keep this in mind. In the next tab, or in the tab next to the shop, there's a list of 20 best prison facilities. The position of the prison in the ranking depends on your level of respect. The respect that is displayed in the bottom left corner is the average of all the individual values in a particular group. You gain respect individually for a character and for everyone. General respect is a result of the individual respect of every prisoner and guard. Individual respect is influenced by your approach to the person. Doing a task for them, like giving them something, attacking them for no reason, or even for a reason, or giving them an unjust punishment, all influence the individual respect of the character, which results in the general respect. Try to balance it out. Okay, so this is quite a promotion. Spent 3 years working at a prison, and we've been here 3 days, and I'm already doing better. It's funny they have the Ward Master account on here. I'm wondering if you could access that. Like, you wouldn't have the code, I suppose, but... So we have the prison money and then our own money. You know, we have $6. Prison has $3.45. But I was wondering if we were going to get access to more, more ways of training. For instance, you know, how we'd increase our strength, which I assume that's what we're going to use the dumbbells for. And this is it. This is how we get it. So we can't buy a gun or a nightstick. A lot of planes going overhead tonight. Probably the Air Force doing something. I'm not sure why we'd need to buy a baton, considering the fact, or a nightstick, whatever you want to call it. Considering the fact we already have one. Do they break down? I didn't notice anything about that, but maybe. We got pepper spray here. Pacifies aggressive prisoners for a moment. Alright, so that'd be one thing we might want to purchase with our own money once we get the required level. This was something that you were always equipped with at our prison. God, what was it called? OS spray or something? OC spray? Yeah, maybe OC spray. They required that anything we use on the inmates gets used on us when you first are getting trained to be a CO. And so they would spray it in your eyes. Well, technically they would dip it in a cloth and in the liquid, and they rubbed it across your forehead so that it'd roll into your eyeballs. And it was very unpleasant. It was not fun. We also have CS gas as well, which is something that I got used on me in the military several times. And they use that on you too, and that's not fun. But the reason why we have two different methods for gaining compliance, chemical methods, I should say. A taser would be nice to have too. All these would be nice, but the reason why we have two different chemical options is because some people are immune to these. Like, it just doesn't affect them. They just eat it like it's nothing. But I've never met any person in my life who's immune to both. Typically, if they're immune to one of them, the other one really messes them up. So it gives you two chemical options. But yeah, some people are actually immune to these. But yeah, I did have to spray several people. One guy I had to spray to try and save his life, actually. He had a razor blade, and he was just going to town on his arms. And part of your job as a CO is to not let the inmates hurt themselves. Like, that's part of our job. Our job is, protecting their lives. That's one of our jobs. Obviously, the main job is to keep them locked up, keep contraband out of the facility. But yeah, you have to make sure they don't hurt themselves. So I actually had to spray a guy who was going to town on his arms, just cutting himself up. So I sprayed one guy for that. Sprayed a couple other people as well, but I didn't use it very often. 3 years in the prison, I think I used it maybe 3 times at most. But you always have it on you at all times. Vest. If you go in certain areas of the prison, you always have to wear a stab vest. High security, administrative segregation. Then in GP we had one building, the G4 building. You had to wear a stab vest. If you worked in high security or ad seg, they issue one, which is really nice. Because it's a new one, it's clean. The one you wear down on the pods, like in GP, they're nasty. They stink so bad. But yeah, you just put them on just when you're in that pod. So these are the things that we buy for the prison. We'll look at those in a minute, since we know we need to purchase something here. I do want to see what this is here in the showers. So we can put a radio into the showers. Some smooth music will keep the prisoners patient while they're waiting for their turn to take a shower. Okay. I guess it's not like you're installing it. You can also, may not be a room with a hotel standard, but at least there are no cockroaches in it for now. Okay, so you can buy more showers, I think, and get the inmate showered quicker. And then we have these different workstations here as well, which we can purchase so that the prison will earn more money. All right, so this is what we need to be looking in. We have some basic cameras, which we already know what we need to buy, but I'm just to take a look and see what all the options are. Cheapest and flimmiest of cameras, but still working. Removes grainy filter from cameras and makes the screen clear. Good place to start your renovations. Increases guards respect by 0.5%. Okay, yeah, cameras are really helpful. We had them all over our prison, but not everywhere. There was many places that didn't have them. A neglected toilet. Okay, bed frames. Different skins and stuff for them. Alright, interesting. So a lot of different things we can buy here. Many of them are level gated though. So we know we need to buy the dumbbells. I already have barbells. Got a training bag here. Okay, so I was wondering how you increase the cells. You noticed when we were in that cell block, they had several cells that were kind of like taped off. This is how we would open up new cells, so we can have more inmates. All right, so we know what we have to get, and that's the dumbbells. We'll get those put in place. Okay, so they're right over here. We got one set of dumbbells. They're pretty cheap at $50. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know if you could buy some more, so multiple inmates can be using them, but you can just get the one. Now, you'd never get something like this probably in most prisons, just because it's so easy to use that as a weapon. Really, weights in general can be easily used as weapons. All right, that's all we were supposed to get today. But if we can get anything else, which I don't think we can, I think everything is either level gated or too expensive for what I'm seeing here. Yeah. We can always buy something for ourselves, and maybe we will. Yeah, I almost think that we should get something to kind of help us deal with inmates easier, rather than beating them with a nightstick. Like a taser might be good. We can't get these though. Okay, so they're level gated as well. Alright, well, let's just go through the rest of these up here. Top 20 best prisons in the state. And we're all the way down here at 18, so I suppose we're not the last place. But yeah, we could definitely pick that up. We have the prisoner files. Okay, so you just kind of see why they're here, you know, what gang they're in, if they're in a gang, which that's interesting. Some the prisoners aren't in gangs. Okay. I'd like to read about us a little bit. Our character, Praetorian HiJynx, respect is at 45%. We hate David Johnson. It's a very aggressive guy over here, drug dealer, part of the Dragons. Praetorian's part of the Wolves. We already know his crime, but I didn't read his history when we looked at that. He worked as a cashier in his free time. He likes to contemplate nature. Officers arrested him for breaking into a prime minister's house with the help of a dildo. He was given a penalty for 18 years in a penitentiary. He lived with his mother. He sold both of his kidneys, but one was returned to him after a complaint. Alright, so this is pretty silly here. But yeah, this is doesn't make us look very good, does it? I'm curious though how we used a dildo to get into the house. Do we just like throw it through the window to break it or something? Or I'm not sure how you'd use a dildo. I suppose I can think of a few ways you could use a dildo. We sold both of our kidneys though. Okay, so yeah, kind of silly. I imagine many of these are a little bit silly here. Well, this guy's in prison for cat cruelty. And interestingly, he's part of the Lions. Okay. So yeah, this is where the silly element comes into the game, I think. And then player ranking. Okay, so this is all disabled, I think. This is likely comparing with other players, I assume. Oh, okay, so you can... you can look at email here. The not porn file, my computer. You can't actually click on these though. Yeah, you can only really click on the cool web and the email. Okay, and all these will take you to it as well. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and sign out. Alright. Prison guard respect is at 59.7% right now. Got a lot more money that we could have spent, but again, I think everything was level locked. Or just too expensive. So our next task is skills up. Talk to the guard in a social room. That's this guy over here, Alexander Davis. He's going to teach us some tips. Hi, Richard told me that I needed to talk to you. And that means you're ready to learn some tricks from us. How do they work? They're nothing more than skills that will help you survive in here. I can teach you, but you need two things first: skill points and money. You didn't think I'd tell you our secrets are free, did you? Of course, they're going to be charging us this. So what are these skill points and how do I get them? You get a skill point every time you level up, and you level up after you gain some experience each day. When you're at a certain level and have enough skill points, and of course the right money, you can buy a skill, which will help you do your job better or more easily. Yes, I think you're ready to get your first skill. How much does it cost? First one's on the house. It'll cost you only a skill point, of which you should have at least one by now. You should have two, I believe. See for yourself. Okay, so I didn't even know the game had skills. They're kind of really unlocking these slowly. You know, making sure you understand everything, which is good. That they're not throwing it all at you right away. So we have active skills or passive skills. So on the active skills, we have searching and intimidating. So this will result in prisoner and cell searching being faster, and we have a higher chance of intimidating a prisoner into acting the way we want them to. Eagle Eye, you're able to compare various suspicious data. So this is only for checking data in new inmates' routines. Press on two text data pieces to compare them and get results on their correctness. Okay, interesting. Trust, you can trade with 1 to 2 inmates depending on how much respect they have for you. Every potential trader has the dollar icon above his head. And negotiator, odds of being offered bigger bribes are increased by 50%. We won't look at all these. There's quite a few of them. Let's look at these top ones up here, but let's take a look at the passive skills as well. Did I look at the first one? Yeah, that's the searching and intimidating. So the first passive skill is a health boost. We have nightstick proficiency, increases nightstick damage by 10%. Defense increases player defense by 10%. And stealth reduces the chance of detection by 5%. Okay, so I think we're going to go with the active one first, the searching and intimidating. I think that'd be the most useful one to have here. We actually have 2 more skill points remaining. So let's go with the health boost. And I almost want to do the eagle eye, though you do have to get the trust here to be able to move over to funny feeling. You can tell when something's wrong. All you have to do is glance at some places around a cell to know if something is hidden there. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I think we might want to go up along this route here, though I do want the eagle eye. I think that'd be useful to have as well. We'll get the trust one first. We have one skill point. Does this require 2? We have the searching and intimidating. Oh, we don't have the money. Okay, that's right. I was over here just spending money like crazy, forgetting that it also requires money. Okay, so we have the skill point, but don't have the cash. Got it. So that's basically what we use our cash for in the game, or that's what we know about so far, is buying items for ourselves, like new tools, and leveling ourselves up. Alright, excellent. So now how that works. We also gain some respect with the prisoners. And we only have $16 remaining. Our next task is prisoner induction. So we're going to get a new prisoner. And that will likely be the last thing we do for today's episode. And we're going back into the search room to do this task. Committing new prisoners. To start accepting new prisoners, call the waiting person with the loudspeaker. Check the new prisoner's fingerprints, name and ID number. If everything's okay, confirm the document. Otherwise, reject the application and call the guard with the loudspeaker. Search the prisoner's allowed personal belongings. Take out lists and check all items. Also remember to search the prisoner himself. After the search, hand over basic equipment to the prisoner. Call a guard with loudspeaker. Okay, got it. Alright, so let's go to the desk and call the newbie in. Maybe I'll do many things like nothing. Alright, so check the prisoner's papers if they're correct. Confirm them with a stamp. Alright, so it seems again that everything's really based on the fingerprints here. That's what you need to be confirming. So I was going to go over the name, different dates, but that's probably just the date that the fingerprints were taken. The number is the same. Now, is there anything else we need to check? Oh, the fingerprints, of course. So yeah, we'll just make sure that these are identical. Yeah, they seem to be good to go. Alright, so paperwork's good. So let's just stamp that. Just a stamp. Accepted. Alright, so is this all he has? Is it the glasses here? Check the prisoner's belongings and search them. It looks like this is all he's got here. Seems to be an allowed item. Or at least in this prison it is. So we can go ahead and say we don't need to be notified about that. Yeah, that's all he's got. Unless this is his stuff. It might be. Nope, we can't interact with that. It's probably the box I put there earlier. But how do you like check that you're done? Yeah, maybe it said and I didn't oh, there we go. Alright, so that's been checked and there's nothing else here. There we go. So now we can go and search the prisoner. Make sure he doesn't have anything on him. And he's good to go. So now we issue the prisoner with the basic supplies off the shelf here. This is probably like some soap. Maybe deodorant. Our prison didn't give deodorant to the inmates. They had to purchase that themselves. So yeah, a lot of stinky inmates. Call for a guard over the loudspeaker. Yeah, you definitely would give him soap. Shower shoes. I want to say we might have given them shower shoes. Might not though. Underwear, obviously. There's not a whole lot that our prison issued to them. It's in Texas, so we're back on free time here, and I feel like we've got to use the new weights. We'll use the dumbbells and see if this does in fact increase our strength. Oh, that's interesting. This guy's out here. We want to use the new weights. Yeah, I wanted to see what he had for us to do there. Do we not use the dumbbells? Looks like we don't use the dumbbells. Alright, well that's a shame. I really thought we would use those. And let's see what this guy wants since we're over here. He wants to know if we want to play. What are we playing? I didn't mean it that way. I was thinking about a bet on a bunch of bicep curls with a certain amount of time. We can say, what are the conditions of the bet? So me and my buddies don't think you're going to lift that barbell 15 times in 60 seconds. I say, so what's the bet? It depends on how much you give. Yeah, we'll bet 10 bucks. This is not something you do as a real Christian officer, but you know, we've got to get the respect up with the inmates, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of ways to do that outside, or at least do it quickly, outside of like doing these missions for them. So I said that was the last task we were going to do, but I guess this will be the last task we're going to do here. Alright, so he said easy money, nice change. I can take your money without beating you. Ready? Okay, so we got to do this quickly here. And it's 15. Well, that's a shame. Oh, and I'm messing it up, guys. Alright, I don't think we're going to get it, guys. I think we're going to get the 12 reps here. Ah, so close. So unfortunately, we just lost $10 because of this. Yeah, that's a real shame. We did not complete it. I was really close. I messed up a couple reps, though, so I think I would have made it if I hadn't made a few mistakes there. Alright, so that's a bummer. So that uses up our free time, and basically we just lost money. I'm going to get that money back. I don't know if we can do it now. Let me just take a look. Probably not. Now, I don't think we have enough money. Yeah, see, I just want to keep the same thing. I don't have the money. Okay. So yeah, we don't have enough money. We have $6. Alright, so that's unfortunate. I'm going to try and get my money back from that guy. Yeah, it's a real shame we failed there. I was really close. 3 reps short. Again, I made a few mistakes. I think that's how we failed that. But that's actually going to be the end of today's episode. The next task is the cell shakedown. So we'll pick that up next episode. Again, I'm enjoying the game so far. It's a fun little game. And they're starting to open up like more and more mechanics as we play. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next one. And thanks for watching.